Hello, welcome to Healing Fire. My name is Judy. Thank you for joining the channel, joining this live or the replay if you're watching on replay. Appreciate having you here. Thank you so much. I made a whole list of things that I'm grateful for that I just want to say thank you to. I did a little Thanksgiving Day thank you, but honestly, there's so much that goes into running a channel and it can't be done without you guys. So thank you so much. I wrote it down to make sure I didn't miss anything because as I'm saying things, sometimes I forget, but really for all the likes, for all the shares, for all the subscribers, for the memberships and the members, hitting, in the link descriptions, the one-time donations, the Amazon wish list items. I've gotten some amazing gifts from my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much. I'm just absolutely grateful for you. The super stickers, the chats, booking readings, buying gifts for other people. You can do that for the holidays. If you want to buy a reading for somebody else, you can do that. Everything that goes into it that takes your participation, being here on the lives, your comments, the thumbs up, the interactions while doing the lives and also on the replays and on the videos, just everything. I appreciate you all so very much. I just want you to know that. So thank you. It all helps. It all helps me. It all helps the channel and it helps us as a community. And I really enjoyed getting to know some of you. Some of you I've gotten to know more than others just because of readings or whatnot. But it's been fabulous. So thank you everybody so very much. So, okay, I'm going to say hello to some people. Shooting Star. Hi there. Mangled Unicorn. Boo. Hello. That is one of the most fabulous names. I love that name. Skyfire. Oh, thank you very much, Skyfire. And Shooting Star, thank you as well. Bubblegum Pop, also an awesome name. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and put the comments on screen. I have people that leave me comments or send me messages both directions. If I put the comments on the screen, some people complain that they're too small and they can't read them. So what's the point? Others are like, where did the comments go? So I'm going to put them up. If you're watching on replay and you're on your phone, it's probably going to be too small to read. I cannot control that. That's just how it automatically happens. I can't control the size of the font or anything. If you watch on a TV or something like that, or maybe a large computer monitor, you might be able to see them. But if you're, I can kind of see them on my computer here as it's going by. So, but that way, people, if you can see them, you at least see what I'm referring to or what I'm responding to. So I'm going to put them up. If you don't like it, don't look. But it's the best I could do. So here we go. Hey, there's the comments. Mangled Unicorn. At no time ever will everyone be happy all at once. Do what you want. Well, yeah, that is the way of the world, isn't it? I try, but I can only do so much. Anyway, thank you all. I really appreciate everyone. How is everybody's Thanksgiving? Hopefully, well, obviously, if you're here, you survived, so that's good. That's the first step. So do you guys remember last week I did a live and at the very end we did a 3-card poll for the week of Thanksgiving, and the death card showed up, and F45's illusion delusion reality show card showed up, and and then I did a members live and those 2 cards showed up again. Yeah, I don't know if that had to do with actual horrific events that happened in DC or not. That was not on my radar at all. I was thinking, oh, Thanksgiving, endings and new beginnings, but yikes, it tended to have a bit of a more literal meaning. So that's very sad. Sorry about that. Especially it's regrettable that the National Guard was even in Washington, D.C. So going to put that out there. And now he's sending even more troops. So here we go. And I have a lot of thoughts about that, but I'm going to keep them to myself at the moment. Shooting star was crazy busy and glad it's over. Ate a lot of carbs. Yep. All of the above. Same. Oh my gosh, it was, I think a little too busy for me. I don't know that I want to repeat this next year. We'll see what happens, but I stopped off at my parents' in the morning for like a breakfast. And then I went to a friend of mine's who doesn't have any family in the area, so to spend time with her. And then I went to my daughter-in-law's family's house, and then we went to see the baby in the hospital. And I was just wiped, and I think I got food poisoning. I'm not sure if it was or not, because I was the only one that got sick. So it's possible it's just me and my wacky body, because ever since achieving Crondom, nothing works right. So there's that. And it was a lot of food. So more than I normally eat at one sitting. So it could very well have been that too. But the whole next day, I ended up going into work late because it was not pleasant. And I got sick. I mean, like sick. And but I went in the afternoon and trudged through, and but just was not feeling good. I was planning on coming on and recording a show, and I got home and like all I want to do is go to bed. So which is what I did, which was amazing. And I got I was in bed for about 12 hours. I don't think I slept for that long because I'm in and out a lot anymore. Again, since Crondom. But yeah, anyway, but it was good, but it was a busy and it was a very long day. So I'm not sure I want to repeat all of that next year, but we'll see. Mangled unicorn. My knee is wrecked. I usually have the tree up, but all the standing to cook, I'm still spent physically. It does a toll on the body, doesn't it? Yeah, I haven't done anything either, and I know. I'm not sure. I always think, there's all these things I want to do, and there's all these things I feel like, I should do. And so much of it anymore, I'm just like, I just don't have time for it. But I do love my tree, and I put it up last year. I put up very few decorations last year just because I'm just so busy all the time. And it's really just me. So like, who cares? But, except I like the stuff. So that's why I do it. But, the tree is so heavy. And again, I'm very broken inside. So my back is like, really? You're going to do that? Okay. Every year it gets a little harder. But it's, I'm happy with it once it's up. It's so pretty. I don't know. Still need to do that. Shooting star, thank you for asking. Baby is doing very, very well. He is a trooper. He is starting to eat from a bottle. So I don't know if you guys know anything about preemies. I'm learning a lot. I previously did not know a lot of things about preemies. But they have to basically learn to eat. I just always assumed that was just an instinct thing, but it involves the skill of being able to eat and breathe. And apparently preemies, that's not necessarily a given. So he still stops breathing, like when he's pacifier or when he's really, really cozy and being held and comfy, sometimes he'll stop breathing. And when he eats, sometimes he'll stop breathing. So once he gets to the point where he's eating full bottle meals, which he's not yet, whatever he doesn't eat, they give him through his feeding tube, but they give him a chance to eat it in the bottle first, which is good. but he's still stopping breathing, at random times. So once he can eat, once he can breathe on his own, and we don't have any issues, then he'll be good to go. So we're hoping he'll be able to come home by Christmas. So that's the goal, which would be excellent, be very exciting. So he wasn't even due to like the second week in January. So that would be, a few weeks early, but if he's able to do all those things, that would be good. But he's doing very well, and he's very cute. And we're hoping maybe grandmas will actually be able to hold our little grandbaby. Hopefully this week, we'll see. So we'll see how things are going, but hoping I get to hold him for the first time. That'll be very fun. Thank you, Deb. I'm happy he's doing well as well. And Shooting Star, thank you. Skyfire, my tree's been up since last year. Seriously, the deal that I was going to take it down when F45 is out of office. I know people who just leave a tree up all year round, and they just change decorations. So they'll have a Valentine tree, or they'll have a St. Patrick's tree, or they'll have an Easter tree, and eventually it turns into a Christmas tree. And I'm like, that's kind of brilliant. I kind of dig that idea. It's kind of fun, actually. And that's what their decorations are. Let's see. Bubblegum Pop. My youngest was 2 months early. The breathing thing scared me. Yeah, it is a little disturbing. That's why I'm kind of glad he's there. I'm not pushing for him to come home just because, breathing is essential. Find it comes in handy. We want him to do that. So, and he's hooked up to all the monitors. And so every time he stops, then we know to kind of, jostle him a little bit or pat his tummy or whatever, get him moving again. Like, oh, I have to breathe. Because he'll just forget to breathe, but he's perfectly content, So like, no, gotta breathe. So, yes, that would be an excellent present for him to come home. That would be very nice. So, anybody have any horror stories? I did my best to avoid most of the horror stories. I intentionally avoided certain people and situations just so I didn't put myself in that position. But there were a couple. Yeah, it was interesting, but it was a good day for me. It was all good in the end. Busy, too busy. My perfect holiday, honestly, is just being home alone and doing nothing. I was so happy during COVID, which sounds horrible, but I'm an extroverted introvert. Like I can fully, I think, what is that? INFJ actually. So I can fully function in an extroverted world. I can go out to functions. I'm in sales. I can interact with people all day long. But when I'm done, man, I want to be by myself. I am perfectly content and happy to be in my own little world. And that is how I recoup. That's part of the reason why I go camping and hiking alone, because it's like, that is my healing, like literally getting away from people. And, reading would be fantastic, or watching a movie or doing nothing or even cleaning the house, whatever. There's a novel idea. But I don't need to be around people or events. When I was younger, I wanted to be, but I'm just like, I'm just too tired for that now. I don't care. And I'm around people all day long. And so by the time I'm done, man, I am done. Ambivert. Is that what that is? Ambivert? My mom's like, oh, you're an extrovert. It's like, no, I can just function very well socially, but my peace comes from escaping all of that. I'm perfectly able to do it. I just like my peace my healing is being away from all of that. Mangled Unicorn, you hung out on the porch at your in-laws. Uh-oh. Was that you escaping? Did you have an adult beverage while you were out there? Shooting star. I was going to minimize decorating this year, but my youngest, who just turned 14, loves decorating. He has Down syndrome and loves the decorating with the lights and listening to music. I do it for him. Absolutely. I mean, I did it for I decorated every single holiday up until a couple of years ago, even when my kids were gone, because I enjoy it too, but I always did it for my kids. And then it was like really the big one was like when my youngest moved back home, like there's so much crap in the garage with all his stuff there. Like I can't get to it. And it's more of a headache to me. Like I don't want to have to move everything out of the way to try to get to the stuff, to try to set it up, and then it's like time I don't have. And then I'm going to have to take it back down. And I like it when it's up, but it's just having the time to do it. Anyway, mangled unicorn, INFP, but high functioning, ADHD. Yeah, I'm weird, but I make do. COVID didn't change much for me. Yeah, well, I'm in sales, so it did, for me, because it went from being around people to not, and again, it was lovely. And I need my Jackscape. Hi, Edward. How are you? Lover Lee Judy and all the light beings in chat. Edward, I want to do a show with you and your shamanism thing. If you're open to it, send me an email. I think that would be fun. Would you guys like to see me and Edward do a thing? That would be fun. If it's not to put you on the spot. I think I just did, though. If you're open to it, send me an email. Mangled unicorn. Don't drink, but I do vape. Yep. I respect the escape. My father-in-law is better than before, but if I hear him say something shitty, I won't be quiet. See, that's my problem. I don't have a filter. And then at work, I have to have a filter all day long, and I struggle sometimes. And that was, so I deliberately did. The reason why I went to see my parents in the morning is because they were having get this, my brother's ex-wife's family, what the hell, who are all mega, invited them over. Like they've been divorced for years. Okay, so it's a mystery. I don't get it. I don't understand. Whatever. And I've never liked any of them, quite frankly. And they're all super mega. And they're like, okay, by the way, they're going to be here and don't talk politics because they're super Republican. And if they say something, just don't say anything. And so I told them, I'm like, no. My mom's just floored. Why? Like, because that's my day off and I don't want to spend a day around people I don't like. I have to do that all the time anyway. And have to be quiet. Like, I'm kind of over the pretending I like you thing and having to be quiet to make Republicans comfortable. No, that's not going to work for me. And I actually did that this year. So, and it kind of devastated her. And so, but I dropped off cinnamon rolls in the morning and we spent breakfast time before I went to my other friends. And then before I went to my daughter-in-law's family and all that. But that was kind of big girl of me. I've never really done that. So trying to boundaries, man, boundaries. Edward, I need to study out of tune. No, you don't need to. This is so chill, man. We should talk. Seriously, it'd be good. It'd be fun. Shooting star, when I worked in retail, I had trouble with the whole customer is always right, because they're not. That's actually one of the sick pleasures I get is I get to tell them no a lot to people who are very entitled. They're like, yeah, no. And when they turn into bullies, then I really get enjoyment out of it. Oh, no. That answer doesn't change. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of fun. It's horrible. I'm sorry. I shouldn't get enjoyment out of that. But sometimes I really do, because some of the people are like super entitled and used to being bullies and getting their way. And when that happens, I'm not going to do you any favors. You can be nice to me and then I will be very pleasant to you. But if you're a jerk to me and you try to bully me, you're not going to get anything out of me. That's not how this works. So, Shooting Star, I live amongst the mega. I just tell them where the bear shits in the woods. Hey, Aunt B, you're not late. You're here. That's perfect. That's good. Edward Kenneth, introvert. See, but this is you're on your computer screen. It's not like people are here, but are not here. So it's safe. We're a safe community. It's okay. Oh, you got enjoyment as well. Oh, I bet. I bet. Yeah. So this is my latest, because I have several. I just started this I don't know, a week or two ago. It's my latest notebook of these are stories I need to do a video on. It's already front and back. It's already got a chunk going on here. And I just kind of cross them off as I talk about them or do them, whether it's a live or whether it's a video. I don't think I have talked about the visa situation and the restrictions that F45 wants to put on the visa scenario. So, and the Supreme Court is allowing it. They say they're merely attesting to a historical fact. Allowing F45, they granted him an emergency request to stay passports targeting transgender people. They are allowed to bar applicants for U.S. passports from designating the sex reflecting their gender identities on the documents. Part of the Republican president's crackdown on the rights of transgender Americans. The 3 liberal judges dissented. This reverses decades of practice. Since 1992, sex designations could differ from sex assigned at birth. Since 21, Biden allowed the X for there's an X designation for non-binary, intersex, and gender non-conforming applicants. Apparently, this is not a final ruling. It's a temporary decision that allows the government to enforce the rule while legal challenges move through the appeals process in the lower courts. Has that been a thing before, that the Supreme Court can rule on something before it goes through the lower courts? I didn't know that was a thing. Has that ever been done? I mean, they're talking like it's normal, but is that a thing? I didn't think that was a thing. I thought it had to go through the lower courts before it got to the Supreme Court, not the other way around. That doesn't sound like it. Is that right? Am I missing something? Does anybody know about that? The ACLU is continuing to fight it. They are joining, the United States is joining the Middle East, Russia, most of Africa, and Asia, making it difficult to travel because depending on what country you're from, all the other countries allow the X. Any other modern, supposed first world country, industrialized nation allows the X for a designation. So if you're from another country and you have that X, you can't come to the United States because that is not allowed. Well, we know he doesn't want anybody coming here anyway. It's just, so it's making travel difficult. Also, F45 has ordered the visa officers to consider obesity, which I find really Really? You orange tangerine? Really? I mean, okay, anyway. Obesity, sleep apnea, and diabetes as reasons to deny visa applications. So you can't get a visa if you are anything other than thin. And there are no health issues, basically. Anyway. Crossing those off my list. Didn't know if you guys heard about those things or not. Okay, going to catch up on comments. This is literally the only time I interact with people. Well, thank you for interacting with us. I appreciate it. This is Aunt B. I only leave home to see the damn doctor. Went for my physical and came home with a head cold. Aw, there's some nasty upper respiratory stuff going around. When I move home, I will beat my agoraphobia. Shooting star, never heard of the Supreme Court doing that. Me either. I didn't even think that was a thing. I don't understand how is this allowed if it's not a thing? And maybe it is a thing and I've just never heard of it. But I don't understand how he's able to bull through the Constitution and willfully ignore everything. And so can the Supreme Court. And they're like, where are the checks and balances? And how is it we're able to declare war on Venezuela? That's Congress that does that. Like, how is any of this happening? I don't understand how any of this is happening. This makes absolutely no sense to me. Skyfire. Does that mean we get to deport him? If only. Honest to God. Well, if he stays this side of the dirt, he's probably going to escape to Saudi Arabia or something anyway. Send his white immigrant Earths back to where the peeps came from. Yeah. Oh, Native American. Yeah. So get this. Oh, shoot. I think I have notes on this. Hold on. If I didn't, I have enough in my head that I write things down, but then I have it in my head because I'm bad at talking and reading my notes. So I write things down, but then I end up just talking about it anyway. But I think, hold on here. I want to make sure I get it right. Just a second. This has to do with ice. In fact, I'm sure I wrote it down. Well, anyway, I'll start talking about it and I'll keep looking. So ICE is looking for facilities to house people at. They tried, so I'm from Oregon. They tried to take over the Air Museum in Newport that we have. Conveniently, there also is where our Coast Guard helicopter stays, because that is a massive fishing and crabbing community. Well, we're coming up on Dungeness crab season, and that is one of the most dangerous professions, is crabbing out in the ocean in the winter. Anyway, so they save hundreds of lives every year. And mysteriously, without explanation and without warning, our Coast Guard helicopter got sent away, which alarmed everyone in that community and elsewhere in the state, because we know what's involved. I think they got sent down to a somewhere like down in the southern Oregon where they don't crab or fish, which, you know, not Newport where it's heavy crabbing and fishing. Anywho, and so the mayor and the wives of the fishermen, don't piss off the wives, man. Tell you what, they filed a lawsuit. I find it curious that it wasn't the fishermen, it was the wives of the fishermen that filed the lawsuit. But anywho, They won. I don't know. I think the helicopter, I think it's supposed to come back. I don't know if it's come back yet. I need to check into that. But they wanted that area for ice, is what it was. But they got no notice. They got no heads up. They got no anything, which this is a coastal town. And we have several fault lines running through and around us in this state. We aren't massive on our earthquakes, but we do have them. And when we do, they're usually significant. And we are expecting the big one, sometime in the next, who knows. But when there are massive earthquakes, even in like Japan or by Alaska or any of that, that causes tsunamis to come in. And we have a tsunami zone. Well, if we don't know there's an ice facility in the tsunami zone, how are we going to make sure those people get to safety? We're not. We need to develop plans for things like that. It's part of the planning of a coastal town. So that was just one of the points that they, brought up for that. So apparently they won that they weren't allowed to be there, which yay. But now up in Washington, still looking for this. Up in Washington, this is why I wanted to read from my notes, which I can't find now, is because I don't remember the name of the tribe. But one of the tribes up in Washington, they want to acquire native land for ice facilities. So one would think, if you're going to propose any kind of planning or partnership or whatever, that you would communicate with those who own the land. Well, apparently that is not what happened. Oh, no, not this racist regime. No. They heard about it secondhand. They contacted the state of Washington to see, because the problem is, for ICE, state of Washington is the laws are such that they're a sanctuary state, and the police, it's illegal for the police to aid ICE if it's not done through proper channels, which it has not been. So they're not helping them, and they're not helping them find facilities, etc. So their workaround was to try to go on tribal land, because they have their own set of laws. They don't have necessarily the same human rights and due process and things like that. So ICE could treat them as horrible as they want if they're allowed to be on there, and we couldn't say anything, right? That's kind of what they're going for. Well, the tribal members in charge of the land are like, well, good of you to notify us that was your intention. Yeah, we still own the land. And also, no. No. Just no. That's not going to happen. We were not. You're asking us to participate in your genocide. Let's just step back and think about that a minute. You're asking us to participate in your genocide. Really? You are a special kind of stupid. Yeah. So that's a thing. They're still trying to push that through, I guess. Oh, my gravy. Anywho, okay, let me look at comments here. Biden should have packed the court when he had the opportunity. Yeah, he should have. He was too worried about being nice and make, like all the rest of the corporate Dems of, we don't want anybody to be mad. We don't want to tick off our money donors. We don't want, everything's just, I think the people are kind of over that. And the Democrat Party is going to be, I think we're wanting people that have a spine. So hopefully that's what will happen. How is anyone illegal on stolen land? Bingo! Thank you, Mangled Unicorn. That's what I don't understand about. I asked this about Cruz too, because Cruz wants to run for president, and he is one racist POS. It's like, how did your family get here, Ted Cruz? How did your family get here? Being that y'all settled in Texas, Mr. Cruz. And how many generations ago, and what was their process? I always found that curious. Johnson all but admitted Trump was the president and the speaker. He left out an effing idiot, though. Yeah. Hi, Cat Mom. How you doing? You're not late. You're here. It's perfect timing. I know I don't have any moderators. I'm kind of being my own moderator, I guess. Let's see. I can make you one, Edward. Can I? I don't know. I have to figure out how to do that. Skyfire. I live in a tsunami zone. I am less than 30 minutes from the ocean. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Mangled Unicorn. Tribes here in Florida are the ones who filed the shit that got Alligator Alcatraz shut down. Right on. Also, no forethought about flipping hurricanes and loss. No. Well, because they don't care. They're hoping they die, actually. So, Edward, keep telling friends I'm tired of saying WTF. I think we all are. It's just exhausting and absolutely asinine and ridiculous at this point. They arrested a 16-year-old girl, and they've taken a couple of boys. I say boys because they're from high school. They're literally taking children. And yet, where'd it go? I have this in my notes somewhere too. F-45 is pardoning cartel members. Here we are. The Juan Orlando Hernandez runs he's one of the largest drug traffickers in the world. This is according to Liz Oyer. She's a former attorney in the DOJ. He partners and bribes with countries and leaders. He is responsible for 400 tons of cocaine coming to the United States. In 2024, he was sentenced to 45 years in prison, plus $8 million in fines, plus forfeiting $15 million in drug proceeds. He is the former president in Honduras, which is a narco state. He partnered with the Sinaloa cartel. He took $1 million of bribes from El Chapo. In exchange, his police and his military forces would provide protection. So that was his primary business. He's one of the largest export points of cocaine shipments to the United States. That's him. I think I already said that. The 400 tons of cocaine in the United States results in billions of individual doses of cocaine. His conviction and sentencing was the result of over a decade of work by the United States law enforcement and national security professionals. Also, so this guy, F-45 just pardoned him. I thought he was worried about drugs. And then at the same time, F-45 declares Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization. So how can you declare one and pardon another? So that's something I'm going to dig into, because I want to know what the connection is and why he's making those decisions. There's got to be a financial, like he's getting money from one, right? Or land and can build a hotel for one, because that's always, it's one of those things, always, every time. And maybe the others decline that he be able to do that. So I'm still looking into that, but I am going to try to figure out what that connection is. And also, I found it. Found the ice thing on the tribal lands. Early November, they reached out to the Nisqually tribe. Okay. For 288 beds. This is in Washington. They found out from the Seattle Times, who reached out to the tribe. The tribe was not connected with directly. They were not included in the talks. What kind of stupidity is that? The Nisqually tribe is not in favor of this and will not allow it. They confirmed that it will not house detainees for ICE. Everybody's aware that there are private groups that are getting paid per head to keep people imprisoned. And there are real estate groups that are, trying to covertly acquire places to put everybody. Newport's still fighting to try to keep them out. So now ICE is having to reach out to the tribes because Washington state law prohibits the government from entering into immigration detention agreements, and the police are not cooperating. Tribes are sovereign nations, and ICE is trying to bypass the government protocol by going to the tribes where the same rights don't apply, but they're not talking to the tribes directly. The tribes found out from the Seattle Times. What kind of horse crap is all? I mean, it's like so ridiculous and convoluted. I don't even understand this. Oh, and then there was the 19-year-old college student. I'm sure you've heard about her, Annie Lucia Lopez Baloza from Babson College. She was going home to surprise her family for Thanksgiving on her way to visit her parents in Austin, Texas. The Austin American Statesman reported on this. She was arrested, I guess, within 48 hours of her arrest. She had been deported to Honduras. A 19-year-old college student, been here since I think she was 6. Within 48 hours, she had been deported to Honduras. A judge issued a stay on her removal from the country, and they sent her anyway. A day after following her detention, ICE deported her. 48 hours after her arrest, whatever it said. Okay, so from her arrest, so their whole thing is they keep moving you around to all these different locations so that if people figure out that you're kidnapped, and if you can get an attorney, the attorney can try to find you. But once they find where you were, you may have already moved 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 times. So they're moving people around like boop, doop, doop, doop. So you can't track them down and you can't give them their rights. So she was moved from the Boston Area Processing Center to a military base to a detention center in Texas. With her ankles and wrists shackled, she was sent to Honduras despite a judge's orders that put a stay on her removal from the country. She was brought, 7 years old. She was brought here from Honduras when she was 7 years old. I said 6, but she was 7. The family settled in Austin, and she was deported against judge's orders. We are in this dystopian nightmare, man. Okay, I'm going to catch up on comments here. Cat Mom says that Mangled Unicorn, it's stupid to underestimate Florida native tribes. They have power and deep pockets. A lot of them do. Click on the name of the person. It gives a selection. Select a moderate option. Okay. Thank you, Miguel Unicorn. Oh, who wants to be a moderator? This is how I roll, man. Let me know. Aunt B, being here undocumented was not an arrestable offense until Trump. Correct. I rarely had undocumented men in jail. If I did, it was for stupid charges. Spend a week or a few days in jail, and I'd release them. It's so enraging. Yep. Undocumented people commit the least amount. Yeah. So I want to know, where's the outrage for all the young white men who commit most of the mass pew-pews? And I still think, this could just be me going conspiracy there. I should ask my dowsing rods, but I still think that last thing that happened, I think F-45 put him up. I think he's behind it. I think it's a false flag thing, and I think he's behind it, just like I don't believe his ear got a boo-boo. But that's me. I could be wrong. I'm very jaded at this point. What do they consider a dose of? The 80s me would like to know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what they consider a dose of. I know they have a way of measuring it. I guess whatever a standard or whatever line is, even though a line could be this long or this long, I don't know. Don't know. Follow the money. That's exactly what my Senator Wyden, is working on doing, is following the money. He's part of the whole financial review and trying to get to the bottom of it. And he's instigating that review. Trying. So far, it hasn't gotten anywhere, but just like we haven't gotten the Epstein files yet. And my Senator Merkley, is the one that began that little thing too. So, Oregon senators are working for us. They're trying. Trump was paid off in crypto for his pardon of the drug lord. I would agree with that. Yeah, we know that's how he operates. It is definitely a quid pro quo. More info will start trickling out and the real reason will surface. However, we could just be doing it because he's under Biden's court, petty as he is. Oh, I'm sure he got paid money. I would bet money that he got paid money. And I don't do that lightly. Yeah. ICE has tried to arrest they have arrested Native Americans. They arrested one here in Oregon on, get this, on Thanksgiving. And she starred in the show Northern Exposure, if you ever saw that. So she's a famous actress. They arrested her on Thanksgiving from here in Oregon. And she said, she showed them her tribal paperwork. They said, looks fake. That was their response. Oh my God. I mean, I have no words for that. I have a lot of words for it, but I have no words for it right now. Edward Kenneth, this too shall pass. He's not long for this office on this earth. I understand. I get it. It will pass, but holy hell. Man, it's got to go. I know. Satan needs to come collect his boy already. He doesn't want him. Enraging and expensive. I know. This is our tax money that's doing this. This is our tax money. When I'm in sales, I make commission. I get 56% of my piece of my commission. That's what I bring home. How much in taxes does Zuckerberg pay? How much does Spaceboy pay? How much does F-45 pay? And yet, just about half my paycheck goes for this nonsense. I do not approve. I do not approve this message. Nope. Cat mom, you type like a drunk snail. That's really funny. I didn't know they got drunk. I don't think they get drunk. 100% false flag. Not the only one. Agreed. That's what I think too. Just curious. Do you see a shutdown happening in December again? Entirely possible. I'll ask about that. Also, if anybody was actually waiting for a Doge check, Doge has been dismantled. So no checks to give. Gosh, that's a surprise. I bet you're shocked. No Doge money. Okay, making a note. Questions to ask here. As ex-law enforcement, I'm telling you, no respectable cop or corrections officer would be an ICE agent. ICE is Trump's goons he released from 100%. Proud Boys and other white supremacists. Yeah. Yep. That, and remember how horrified the Republicans were about helping to pay for college? And yet, that's the incentive. He'll pay off all your student loans and give you like, what is it? What, 150, what is it, 50,000 now? That's the bonus he gives you, a signing bonus. They keep jacking it up because they're having trouble finding people. And he's paying off student loans for you. Well, gosh, I didn't think we wanted to pay for people's college. What's that about? Do tell. French snails? I've had French nails. 50,000. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. See what the dusting rods have to say. Hey, hi guys. Ooh, hi. They're active. Okay. Is there going to be another shutdown coming here soon? Yep. December? Looking like it. Is it going to last? Let's see. Is it going to last as long as the last one? They don't know. That depends on decisions made by the stupid humans that are there. Let's see. Is it likely that it'll last as long as the last one? They don't think so. Well, Democrats have already proven they don't have a spine, so, I mean, even after a massive blue wave. So apparently, it's looking like, with current energy, it's looking like, yes, there will be another shutdown in December. Let's see. What else is in the news that I want to read on? No, there's a lot that I want to do more research on, put together some pieces. David Schuster made comment. A few GOP House members say they've heard from the FBI and the DOJ contacts that the Epstein files, apparently there are copies in different agencies. They're worse than Michael Wolff's description of Epstein's photos showing F-45 with half-naked teen girls. Speculation, rumors are sweeping through the GOP caucus. MTG knows it. And they're all panicking because they are worried about it coming out, which is why you're going to see a flood of people going, oh, time to retire. Oh, I'm out. Because how do they defend against that when they've defended him all this time, right? So, yeah. Way worse than a lot of people want to believe. Oh, and I guess ICE is, we're just squirreling all over the place here. So, hey, Welcome to my world. ICE is looking into buying Amazon warehouses and turning those into mega ICE detention centers. So Amazon getting in on the ICE action and making some extra pennies, apparently. I don't know if that's been finalized, but deals were swirling around last I heard here. Meanwhile, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway sitting on a record cash pile. $6 billion has been exited out of the stock market. That is a warning to everyone when he's pulling money out of the stock market and just sitting on $6 billion worth of cash and not investing it. That should tell you something. Times are not looking good. If he wanted to, with that amount of cash, he could buy 476 companies in the S&P 500. So nearly every single company in the S&P 500, he could buy 476 of them with that much cash. And he's sitting on it, doing nothing. Yeah. So that's interesting. There's a small town. So a lot of the small, remote towns are starting to become data centers for AI, which is interesting. Challenge that they're running into is not having enough power and not having enough water. Apparently, there's a ton of water that's required. I'm not sure how or why. It must be cooling the computers or something like that. A ton of water is required and a ton of power is required. And that's the challenge. So, Oh, but fear not. F-45's wine and vodka is now available for sale, and largely to our military troops on the base. Yeah. So there's that too. That's good. Good for them. They get to drink after following illegal orders, allegedly, for entertainment and spiritual purposes only. CNBC is reporting a looming freight recession. I've talked about this a little bit before as well, but it has to do with people are not feeling comfortable fixing up their houses. They also are not, the housing market is slowing. When people go to sell their house, they fix them up. When people buy new houses, they fix them up. And none of those things are happening right now. And that is a massive, massive part of our freight and our trucking, apparently. It depends on the housing market and people fixing up their homes. Well, that whole market is currently collapsing right now, according to CNBC. Trucking volumes are down 17% year after year after year, and the goods economy is sharply slowing. Expect to see more job cuts in logistics and an acceleration in trucking bankruptcies. That's not good. Exports are down 30%. People don't want American goods. I wonder why. We're such great people right now that surely the world would want something to do with us. And tariffs have caused the manufacturing industry to fall. The underlying base of employment are having massive layoffs, and they're tied to long haul goods. Again, manufacturing, you need transportation, you need long haul truckers, right? They're laying people off. There's nowhere to export to, and we're not accepting imports. It's literally, our economy is coming to a grinding halt. So go back to, why would Warren Buffett sit on $6 billion of cash? Because our economy is coming to a grinding halt. Yes. Long haul goods, manufacturing, transportation, all connected. Housing, all connected. And all of it crashing, stop. Not good. Things that make you smile. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm going to catch up again. Yes, ICE is getting money per person, per head that they kidnap. They are, absolutely. And so are the transportation companies that transport them. And so are the prison facilities or the warehousing facilities that they're housed in. Every single one of those things are oligarchs that are connected to F-45, and they're all getting money per head that they house and or transport and or arrest. At every step of the way, they're all getting money, which is why they're all for it. F-45 had 30 days to release the files, which I believe is December 18th, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, well, he had 30 days to release the files that weren't involved in litigation or weren't considered child PORN, which anything he did with them was, so good luck getting anything of value. It's going to have to come from people outside of the country. It just is. There are big corporations that are getting paid per head. Okay, yeah. Amazon is one of the big corporations. Yes, clearly. MI6 has to have copies of the Epstein files. King Charles had to have seen them to remove his brother's titles. I've said the same thing. And I can't remember. I was on one of the lives I was on. I said that. I said, they've got them for that same reason. For that same reason. Well, I mean, they're all over the world, but I know that the royal family has them because they had to. Otherwise, they do not strip royal title lightly at all. People being upset doesn't disturb them unless there's proof. So absolutely, they know what's in there and they have them, which is why I also said the last time that F-45 went over to have a chat with Charles, I said that was why. I can't remember what live I was on. It was on, I think it was on Golden Girls Coffee Clutch. I made that comment that's why he went over there, is because he wanted to make sure that certain information wasn't going to be released. And Charles wanted some assurances that details wouldn't be released on their side either. They both made agreements, and that's why he went over there. It's like death by 1,000 WTFs. Hi, Angel. Yes. Yeah. Warned all my lifelong Republican friends that if they voted Trump, we would be in a recession at best, but I felt a Great Depression worse than ever. They said I was crazy. I wish I had been wrong. Edward can't put any chats because he's under review for his chats with you. What? What do you mean you're under review for chats with me? What are you talking about? Why? Are you serious or are you kidding? Fill me in on that. My mom once said, I don't believe in that karma stuff, but I'll tell you one thing, what comes around goes around. So isn't that kind of karma? Some needs to explain that to oligarchs. Oligarchs are so insulated that nothing ever touches them. Very rarely. Very rarely. Yeah. Okay. And then, oh wait, there's more. Election Truth Alliance. Oh, did you guys hear about that? The Pennsylvania lawsuit. 3 counties concerned around vote manipulation: Cambria, Allegheny, Erie counties. There were updates prior to November election. They were labeled de minimis, which means there was no need to test, but there were significant de minimis issues. I don't know, however you say that. Anyway, there were significant issues. They should have been tested. There was a software update, and they said, oh, it's minor. It doesn't need to be tested. That was don't worry about that software update. We don't need to test it again, is what happened. And Election Truth Alliance is saying, no, that was a fairly significant update. That absolutely should have been tested. And they're like, oh, no issue here. They said that it could be more easily manipulated by malicious access, ES&S updates, and Dominion, which is now whatever owned by the GOP, Freedom or American or whatever they renamed themselves to. Cambria said they tested and but they were concerned about taking them at their word because they had mistruths, we'll say. They weren't coming clean with all of the information. So Election Truth Alliance was concerned about Cambria. There were machine failures across multiple counties. The optical scanners failed. They were unable to scan election day ballots. There was some type of software glitch on the optical scanners, and the ballots couldn't be scanned correctly. They couldn't read them. This affected every single precinct in Cambria County. They fed them back through once and redid the votes on new printed ballots and then scanned them again. But there was no clear chain of custody. This information was not made public. So they were expected to hand copy 35,000 ballots and then scan them. Apparently, there were actually 65,000 ballots, not 35, that they were expected to hand copy. There's no clear evidence that the 65,000 votes were manually moved to new paper and scanned. There's no chain of custody for this. Disappeared. No proof. Digital reports show closer to 55,500 that were actually counted, a discrepancy of 9,000 to 10,000 votes. Also, they haven't proved that they were copied correctly. Again, no chain of custody. So switching and adding votes needs to be investigated, according to Election Truth Alliance. Some counties had over 100% turnout. How does that happen? You can't have over 100% turnout. And yet, in Pennsylvania, some counties did. This was not investigated or corrected. Possibly manipulated in transit or during tabulation. It's unclear. This is all Election Truth Alliance that I'm getting this from. They're exceeding the number of registered voters in those precincts. There are possible indicators of stuffing ballots from 70% plus turnout in precincts, all voting for F45. Statistics smear concerns for vote manipulation. according to Election Truth Alliance. The digital vote manipulation could be tied to the systems. That is their claim. The higher the turnout, the more F-45 received votes. Cambria County, the same concerns, 72% is where you start to see the change. So once they receive 72% of the votes, all of a sudden, F-45s, everybody after that votes for F-45. Like it hits a threshold and then boom, he wins everything else. That's what's happening. 77% becomes significant for F-45. In other counties, indicates digital vote manipulation stabilizes after 79%. The same concerns, they found the same concerns in Florida. 60 to 70% is when it becomes aggressive, skyrocketing for F-45, enough to change the outcome. The extra votes exceeding level turnout also happened in Florida. Potentially votes that were never counted, also an issue in Florida. This could have been affected. This could have affected the presidential election results. ES&S and Dominion and Liberty voting. That's what it is. Dominion is now Liberty voting that was bought by the GOP. They regularly show anomalies that are very concerning, according to Election Truth Alliance. ETA is calling upon us, the people, to demand investigations, contact the ACLU, SEIU, unions, Democracy Forward, 5051, Indivisible, and your representatives. There's an opportunity for all of these groups to come to the table, and they want them to. They need them to. So that's all information from Election Truth Alliance. That was a lot. And that case was dismissed, as you know, or as you may not know. I don't know if you know. It was dismissed. Too difficult to deal with. It would take too much time and too much money, apparently. And the judge did kind of leave it open to maybe tweak it this way and we can revisit this. And so I believe they're working on that. So I don't think all is lost there, but nevertheless frustrating. So, okay, now I'm going to catch up on comments again. Scroll up. My chat post was held for review. Why? How did that happen? Does that just happen all on its own? I don't think I did that. Why? Hi, Edward. Sorry. I was trying to open up your thing. And I put you on here. I want to see it. I don't see your comment, though. Oh, sorry again. I am not very technologically savvy here. I don't know what your comment was. I'm sorry. I have no idea. I'm so confused. MI6 has to have copies of the Epstein files. Yes, okay. The water can't be cleaned after they use it. Oh, is that for the AI stuff? Ew, that's not a good sign. This is why I need moderators. Fine, Edward, I'll make you a moderator. Oh, how do I make? Sorry. Do I tap your name? Is that what I do? Oh no. See, I hit your picture and I hit your name and I still can't get the moderator thing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Nothing nasty. Okay. Well, darn, that takes the fun out of it. Can you put in a note that his comments are being reviewed by your email, I believe? Huh. Oh, a word triggered him? Got it. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's very sensitive. Sorry. So the post is not visible as there are no moderators to review it. Well, I'm trying to review it and I can't see it. I mean, it's my channel. I should be able to review it. I don't know. Good gravy. Let's see. I don't know. Man of the Year, Robin Williams, comedian who becomes president, but not really because of a tabulation error. Good movie. Huh? Mangled Unicorn posted on 11/11. Boom. Yesterday it was 10/10. Oh, follow the glimmers. Zelensky played a school teacher who ran for president. Yeah, I know. He is such a good man. My blocked word list. Oh, God. Okay, I'll try. It was unclear. That was a Ukrainian TV show he was on before he ran. Right click. Oh, right click. Oh, okay. Let me try that. Oh. Nope. It just pulls up computer stuff. Let me try it on your picture. Nope. That doesn't work either. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm very challenged. You're on mobile. Click their name. I did. I am clicking the name. There. What a cute picture, Mangled Unicorn. That is so cute. I see it big size. Aw, you're like a kitty cat. I don't know. I'm going to try one more thing. Sorry, I don't want everybody to wait on me. Okay, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out on my own time here. I'm not going to hold you guys up, though. There was, however, we had a city council meeting in my town, and there was a teenager who made a plea at the city council and like tugged at the heartstrings of everybody, of course. And he received, within 2 days, donors gave him $13,000. I thought that was interesting because he was like, afraid to go to school, afraid to come home from school and find his parents were disappeared, all those things. I believe you, Edward. I just can't figure out how to do them. I know I've done the moderator thing before. I can't figure it out. I don't know why it's not working. I'm sure I did something wrong. Obviously it's me. I know. I don't know. Okay. I've had enough news. What do you want me to draw on? Anybody want cards? Oh. I can't remember if I think I did this on my own. I asked my dowsing rods about Erica Kay. For entertainment and spiritual purposes only. I don't normally like to read on that kind of stuff, but I was also curious. They said yes, she was, and they also said that she would have that taken care of. So I will just leave it at that. So that the story will continue of no, she's declining it. Well, it'll be easy to deny it once it's taken care of, right? So, yeah, she may not be now, may already be taken care of, but yeah. Anywho, she's declined. She's denying it. So that's where that's at. But I asked my dowsing rods and they said, yes, but no. Yes, but we'll be taken care of. So, yeah. Good old Christian GOP. The pro-life people. Yeah. Allegedly for entertainment, spiritual purposes only. As you see scrolling along there. Okay. So who wants either Oracle card or 3-card pull? I got my decks. Got Got all my oracle cards out. What you got? Taurus, this full moon is supposed to affect us. Energy reading. Edward, you're a Taurus. Are you an early Taurus or are you a late Taurus? If you want a reading, tell me if you want a 3-card pull or an oracle card. Please, as you're putting things in, tell me which one you want. And if you have a particular deck that you want me to use, tell me that also. I don't have the naughty decks that like Ramon has and Sherry has. They have some fun naughty decks. I don't have those. The closest I come to that is my hard truth, which isn't naughty, but it is brutal sometimes. The 18th of April. Okay. You're almost a month after me. Okay. So Skyfire wants a 3-card. Let me star. I'm trying to star things so I can remember. Okay. Or if you have a particular question you want me to ask on. I'm learning how to star things. Look at me. Feeling all big girl. Mangled unicorn. Ooh. I've been having some really gnarly dreams lately, man. Some really weird ones. I had more weird ones last night, and I never remember my dreams. And I remember waking up thinking that was really weird. It wasn't as weird as the one I had like a few days prior, but I remember it was a weird dream, and now it's gone. So I don't know what it was. I've been having some gnarly dreams though too. 3-card. Okay, 3-card. I'm starring everybody so I can try to remember. Dealer's choice. Ooh, that's dangerous. Oracle. Okay. Why is my sleep so messed up? Often I can't fall asleep until the sun comes up. So did you know, I learned this because I always thought this was fascinating, that some people are morning people and some people are night people. I'm 100% a night person and not a morning person. Like, always have been that way. So have my kids. So is my ex. Like, we're all just like night people. Apparently so is my grandbaby. Anywho, I heard a theory on this, that studying DNA. They've found that there were some groups of people that were some people are predisposed to be morning people, other people are predisposed to be night people. And they looked into this to try to figure out why, and they were looking into the DNA. And the theory is that it goes back to the night people were the ones that kept watch at night when the tribes were sleeping, because we're tribal people, right? We're pack animals. We move in groups. That's what we do. We're humans. That's what we do. But when those that are asleep, somebody needed to stay up to keep watch and protect against, animals or enemy tribes or whatever. And so there were actually, the night people were the fire stokers, and the morning people are, they go off and do the hunting, gathering thing. So they did all that to provide for during the day. So there was a specific reason for morning people and night people. So apparently I'm a fire stoker, which is all goes with the name, right? Me and my fire. Also makes sense. I do love to build a fire, and I get great joy out of it when I camp next to men who can't build a fire, and I find it very comical. Just because people tell me every time I go hiking or camping, I swear to you, everybody tells me all the different ways that I'm going to die. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then when I go camping and I can build a fire, and meanwhile, men who are camping next to me are mansplaining to each other for 3 hours how to build a fire. I've already eaten dinner and I'm done. And I find it comical. And yes, I get great amusement out of it. Okay. Anywho, that's my own personal thing. Aunt B, keep dreaming about being bitten by snakes. Oh, I can look it up and see. Permanently tired pigeon. That's what I say. I'm a permanently exhausted pigeon. That's exactly what I say. My sleep schedule is on repeat, and DJ has Parkinson's. Oh, God. Yes, me too. Edward. Yay. Shuffle mode. Okay. Aunt B says, I see the sunrise because I have not been to sleep. Been a night owl since I was a baby. Yeah. The longest I've ever stayed up without going to sleep, I did 3 days when I was in college. That was not good. I do not recommend it. It was not good. It was during finals. So the last day I was completely worthless. There was no point to studying because I was my last final, I completely tanked because I was gone. There was nothing left. And I think it was a psychology final too. And fortunately I aced the term paper. So I eked out passing the class. But then we had a football game that we all went to. And I was so exhausted, I straight up passed out at the football game. And we were going to a function that night. I was in a sorority. We were going to a function that night, and it was like all the Greeks had graffiti night. So you wear a T-shirt and everybody writes all over each other's T-shirts, kind of thing, right? So I had the T-shirt on for the football game, and because I like straight up cold passed out, they just started writing all over me, and I didn't even notice or care. And it wasn't even from partaking; it was just pure exhaustion. I was exhausted. Like 3 days. That was it. I couldn't do it. I started pulling all-nighters to study when I was in high school, and it was sophomore in high school. So I was used to doing one night, maybe 2 nights. 3 nights though, no. And now I just can't do it anymore. I'm just too old for that. I just can't. There are genetics that determine it. I am a night person trying to function because all of my job as a work person, it's so hard. There's different. It started a couple of weeks ago. I did that when I was at Fit. I started seeing purple paisley on my mint colored fabric. 2 days no sleep, ecstasy induced at Burning Man. This was not drug induced. This was just straight up, trying to study. And yeah, that's just me. I'm not a stupid individual, but it takes a long time for me to absorb things. So I end up having to study more than most for the information to sink in. Once I get it, I've got it. But I've always been a good student, and gotten good grades. But I have to put like 3 or 4 times more work into it than most people do, just because things just don't stick right off the bat. I have to really, really study them to get to know them. For whatever reason, that's me. Fashion Institute. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Last time I did shrooms, the water beads on the shower wall were breathing. Oh my God. I've never done any of that. Maybe I should. That could be enlightening. Okay. I'm backing up here. So Skyfire, doing a 3 card. Let's do it. Let's do it. Start taking after Sherry and her slumber parties. Why not? I like lives because I get to interact with you guys and it's fun. Not a lot of people like the long replays, but they could join the live. I don't know. Again, not going to please everybody. And I'll still do videos. I'll do both. I am not opposed to it. Tuesday, Viviani and I. Viviani's going to be a guest on the channel. She and I are going to get together. If you don't know Viviani, she is one of the sweetest souls on the planet. Very, very sweet person. I'm excited to, if you are not familiar with her, to introduce her to you all. She connects in with the Akashic Records and gets intuitive information. Okay. Skyfire, 3 card. Okay. Ooh. 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 Huh. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Let me think for a minute. First card you got is the Magician. What are you up to? This is telling you whatever it is you are wanting to do or have plans to do, you have everything at your disposal to do. You have everything in the universe available to you. And it's a matter of putting your energy into it and intention into it, and it's yours. The Magician holds every element. So you have swords, you have cups, you have pentacles, you have wands. He has access and is very skilled and proficient at every single one of the elements that can do the work. And if this comes up for you, you have all resources at your disposal. So we have that and the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacle to earth energy. So whatever you're up to or whatever your plans are, the outlook is good for achieving and completing all of your goals. I would bet that this is more resources for achieving your goals, good financial outlook for achieving your goals. But it looks like there's going to be some strength and fortitude involved with doing this. So moving forward is not for the weak or the meek, but grabbing a hold of your inner strength to move forward and embrace this. But you do, I guess, keep in mind that you do have everything you need at your disposal. But it's going to take some strength and fortitude. But the outlook is good for moving forward. So I don't know what you're up to, but good cards for that. So, yay. Let's see. Okay. So next, hopefully that makes sense for you. Skyfire. Edward. Edward wants a 3-card pull. Okie dokie. Your wish is my command. Let me put these back. Clear them out there a bit. Mm-hmm. 3-card pull. Tomorrow I'm going to do a members live. Same time. 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Members only live. So be thinking about questions you have or anything for that. And I will entertain that. So tomorrow, Monday, members live. All right. Edward. Whoop. Whoop. I think that was just bad shuffling. Okay. Edward. Hold on a second, Edward. I think there might be a message for you. Un momento. They're telling me everything's going to be okay, Edward. You might have some stressful times coming up, but everything's going to be okay. That's your personal message. Okay. Oh, and this just popped out. Strength. So I don't know what's going to happen, but everything's going to be okay. And just, again, strength and fortitude may be required, but everything's going to be okay. So that's not even your 3-card pull. That's just, those are a bonus. Okay, 3-card pull for Edward here. They want me to switch decks. I was sitting there arguing with them, going, I don't want to dig it out. And they're like, They weren't going to be happy. They want me to use the crow deck. Okay. You have friends in high places, Edward. Here we go. They're big for my little hands, but they do shuffle well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is what they wanted. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Edward, first of all, for them to come forth and go, tell him everything's going to be fine. That usually disturbs me a little bit. Like, why? What's going to happen? There's going to be some disappointment, and you're going to feel like, this is the 5 of Cups. So there's going to be some disappointment, and you're going to want to kind of like, you might feel like giving up, but I think that's why the Strength card popped out on the other deck. Is like, don't try not to let it get to you. You're going to need, this is the card of perseverance. Like, just keep going emotionally. There's going to be some challenges, whatever it is. But there's also going to be some good information. The Star card comes out. There's going to be some good information that's going to help you through this too. So don't give up. I feel like this is a case of the have and the have-nots, right? I feel like maybe somebody's going to try to take advantage of you. I don't know if it's related to your house scenario or if it's something else. I kind of feel like maybe it's the house scenario, but like leave the crumbs for you here. Meanwhile, they've got all the money and the things, but you're going to be disappointed about something. But at the same time, like keep your eye on the prize. I always think of like wish upon a star. Your hopes and dreams are coming true. So stay focused on that. Embrace your inner strength. Assholes will be assholes, right? That's kind of regrettably what this is. And there's going to be some disappointment on it. But also, before I even did your reading, it was like, tell him it's going to be okay. Tell him it's going to be okay. So trust and believe in that. Try to hold strong. Your inner strength, keep a hold of that. So don't let the bastards get you down, right? So sorry, that's what I got for you, Edward. And Angel. Yeah, there's not though. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. There used to be, because I've done it before. And I just I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure out the moderator thing. I don't know why it's not working tonight. There used to be one. I don't know what's happened. I don't know why I can't. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so hey, Edward, hopefully that helps you. Mangled Unicorn. Hit me. Had a weird dream. Okay. All right. God, I love your picture. It's so cute. Okay. Had a weird dream. Well, let's do some hard truth. You're going to get hard truth, Mangled Unicorn. If I can get it out of the box. There we go. Let's see what it is. Oh, well, this just flew out, so I'm going to roll with it. Unspoken truths, or truth. It says there are truths that need to be addressed and can no longer be avoided. Bring these to light and clear the path forward. So it sounds like your subconscious is talking to you, and maybe try to parcel it with if you Google it or do AI and put in your ask for a dream analysis, you should get you could probably get an idea of what your subconscious is trying to tell you. That's that. But apparently there's a truth that either you're avoiding or you don't want to face or something. But that's what the cards say, is there are some truths that need to be addressed here. So Edward, I am happy for you, Edward. So housewarming parties at your place, huh, Edward? Can invite all of us there. It was my something's up dream, but slightly different, less bleak. Interesting. Yeah. It's your mind is holding something back. Okay. But you also wanted a 3-card pull, so we'll keep on keeping on. Okay, 3-card pull. Here. There you go. So sure, why not? If I can get this back in there. These are slippery. It's a cool box because it folds over like that, so it's kind of neat. Very secure. Okay, 3-card pull. For some reason I'm feeling the need to clear my cards more tonight. It's interesting. Okay. Mega Unicorn, get your 3-card pull. Let's see what's up. Hold on. I was called to my bowl of crystals for you. My bowl of crystals. Was drawn to smoky quartz, which signifies you might need some protection, and some rhodochrosite as well. Same thing. I hope you're not getting a respiratory thing, because this also can be for respiratory, but good for protection as well. And then some amethyst, connection to spirit. So rhodochrosite helps heal some self-esteem, some loneliness, some, like, if you're wanting more friends or to do more things or be more social, things like that. But I'm putting these three together. Do you feel like you need to be protected from someone? Like somebody's energy maybe is just like rubbing you the wrong way? That's kind of almost what this feels like. And this would kind of protect against that, but also connect you to, it's good for loneliness or connecting to friends. So maybe, and then this is good for amethyst is also good for connecting to spirit. So it's almost like you need to trust your intuition on whose energy is around you and be aware of those that maybe aren't the best energy, and try to just connect with those that have the higher energy, but maybe use your intuition if you're not sure, to try to decipher who and what's going on that might be pulling your energy. Those, for some reason, I was pulled to those for you. So still haven't done your 3-card pull, but that was just what I was drawn to. So I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but that's what I was drawn to. So you wear amethyst all the time. Good. I love amethyst. It's so pretty. Okay. Yeah, it's like you need some protection, and like be aware of who are the energy vampires and who are the good ones, right? But use your intuition. So try to like be in your center. So when you're in your center, if you picture like how you want to feel, like if you want to feel, for example, I want to feel happy, then picture a time in your life when you've felt that, when you've been that happy. Maybe it was when you were 6 years old and got a balloon. I don't know. Whenever you were happy, try to pull that into your center, and just kind of own that, like that is your center. And then if you're making a decision or trying to decide something or trying like, where do I go? Get that feeling, and then think about whatever the decision is or whatever the person is. If they align with that, you'll know. But if it doesn't feel like it's in alignment with that, then that's a no. So that helps kind of keep you on track to follow your center. I hope that made sense. It's if you have questions on that, let me know. But that's a good way to kind of use your intuition for judging things. If something feels off of your center, then that probably means that's a no-go. Okay, Mangled Unicorn, 3-card pull. Focus. I'm such a squirrel. Yeah, they're telling me you need protection from somebody, or like, boundaries. You need, like, there's somebody that's not the greatest energy around you that you need protection from, or to be aware of, and don't let their energy infiltrate you. Okay, again, focus, 3-card pull. I'll get to it. Oh, that's it. Okay. Curious. You got the Five of Pentacles, which indicates that you're in need of something. So Pentacles are earth energy. Everything that we deal with on this earth. A lot of people just immediately go, it's money, but it's not necessarily money. It's also legal resources, medical resources, resources in general, food, people, humanity, the earth, the planet. This is an earth element. Could be politics, could be anything that is on this earth, this little 3D plane that we function in, are pentacles. So you're in need of something. And I'm wondering if, thinking about the crystals that pulled up, I find that curious. I'm going to put a pause on that for a second because the Ace of Wands also came up for you. So that's kind of the big stick. We call it the big stick. I always think of like Harry Potter and the Whomping Willow, just whop. But it's also the new plan. So there's a plan that you're working out. Interesting. And then I also got the Six of Pentacles. So the 5 and the 6. The 6 is like, this guy's in charge of doling out who gets what. What am I keeping? What am I giving away? I feel like you're up to something. Like you feel like there's something you're needing or wanting, and there's a plan that you've got to get it. And it involves doling out, like, what do I keep? What do I give away? And being very mindful and strategic about it. That's kind of what I'm picking up with these. Let me go read down and read here. Your pendulum is amethyst too. So is mine. Or I have one. I have a couple. But yeah, that's the main one I used. Time, help, I'm swamped. I'm struggling with all the running and my bad joints. Bank of Enlightenment. After payday, I want to go back to the meta shop and pick up the cord cutting kit they had for me and my bonus kiddo. Viviani, hey, gonna see you on Tuesday. I saw you here. Hi. Everybody says hi to Viviani. Cord cutting. You don't necessarily need to buy a kit. You're welcome to. If that makes you feel better, absolutely do it. But you don't need to. Literally, it's focusing in, asking your guides and your angels to connect with you. And anywhere that you feel like you have a cord that needs to be cut, you set I call in Archangel Michael, because that is his job, is to protect us and defend us, and ask him to cut. And my practice, people have different practices, so just throwing that out there. My practice, 3 times. Cut, cut, cut. I pretend like I'm pulling it out. Cut, cut, cut. Ask Archangel Michael to take it and do what he will with it. But take it from me, cut and sever it, and then focus on Archangel Raphael is the great healer, and ask him to heal that void that was there with white light, and fill that up with white light. I always recommend, whenever you cut something out, or if you try to envision your body, a lot of times I'll dig it out too, because like it's a rock in the ground, you dig it out, right? It leaves a void. You don't want to leave that an open void. You want to fill it up with white light and seal it. So ask the archangels for help with that. You can use a lot of Wiccans will actually have a knife for that they'll cut with. It's a ceremonial knife that they cut with, or they'll use a wand, or Reiki. We do that. We cut. But you can do that too. Just, call in your angels and your guides for assistance on cutting the cords that no longer serve your highest and greatest good, and fill any voids with white light, white healing light, and seal it over so that darkness cannot re-enter or reattach. And that is my recommendation to you. Do what you will, but I don't think you need to buy a kit per se. So, something I can help you with too, if you want. Okay. I was told I'm coming up for a big win too. I have a feeling it's about my bonus kiddo. Ooh, okay. Well, let's ask. Is Mangled Unicorn coming up for a big win? Yes. Is it about her bonus kiddo? Yes. Dowsing rods agree. There you go. Okay. Mangled Unicorn, you got all the toys tonight. All right, I'm going to go back up to where all the starred people are here. Okay. Aunt B, you wanted a 3 card. Hey, there's your puppy dog. Okay. Cool. If you're still with me, thanks for joining. Thanks for playing along. I appreciate everybody. If you are a lurker, that's okay. Would love for you to leave comments. If everybody could leave comments and thumbs up on the replay, that would be great. I know it's getting late for some of you guys. It's getting to be about midnight on the East Coast, so I'm going to wrap up a couple of these readings, and then we'll probably go. But let's see. We've got Aunt B wants a 3 card. Let's do that. 3 card for Aunt B. Okay. Ooh, interesting. You guys saw me shuffling. Huh. Okay. You saw me shuffling. 2 cards that I just drew for Mangled Unicorn just came up for you, Aunt B. So, don't know. But Ace of Wands. Interesting. So there's a plan that you got hatched also. And again, with this one, it involves the 6 of Pentacles. So it's the have and the have-nots that are involved with the 6 of Pentacles. Who keeps what? Who either somebody is doling out to you who wants more, or you're doing the doling. I kind of feel like there's somebody else that's doing the doling out to you and in charge of like, oh, no, you get this much, but you don't get this much. But you have a plan. You have something you want to do. But don't shoot the messenger. But the Tower card came up. I'm going to cover the little Nikki bits. The Tower card came up, which means essentially new beginnings. But something's going to come toppling down. Now, sometimes this can be a good thing. Sometimes things have to be destroyed before you can rebuild. Our country, for example. Sadly, that's the purpose of F-45. Destroy everything so we can rebuild it. Bigger and better. Oh, as painful as it is. Anywho, I did get the Tower. The Tower came up. So I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. Curious. Ace of Swords. So there's some truth about to drop. There's the reason why some truth is coming out. Interesting. And the 9 of Cups. So there's a celebration. And the Page of Wands. So I get the feeling there's a struggle between you. Yeah, it's your dad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's right. Because I feel like this is your dad, like in control of what you get, what you don't get. And it's like you have like, just get it done. This is the plan. Like, just do the thing. Right. And there's the truth of the matter, which is like, he doesn't care or doesn't want to hear or doesn't want to know or something. But basically it's like he doesn't want it to happen for whatever reason. And the truth is the reason why, whatever that is. And so he wants you there. He doesn't want to fix. Basically he's holding you hostage. He wants you there. And so the plan on getting out is not looking good. And this is like him winning because he's got control of it. But that kind of causes you to hatch a new plan, the Page of Wands, and if you truly want change, you are going to have to be the one that does it, period. Not him. He will not do it. He's not going to do it. And so you're going to have to make some decisions that you're going to have to tap into your intuition and make some decisions. Because this is making choices and decisions that not from your logical mind, but from your intuitive mind and that's what this new plan is, right? So what are the choices and decisions you're going to make? Because right now, the moon's come up. Right now, it's like you're free, but you're not free. Look on this card. This is a great card and a great example of the moon. So you've got the crab, which is free down on the ocean, but he's being pulled up by chains. He's free, but he's not. He's still technically in the ocean, but he's still not free. You've got the dog and the wolf. The wolf is free, but he has to find his own food. The dog is not free. He's been tamed, but he gets fed all the time. You have the moon, which is a free being, right? But it's held captive in this globe. So it's like you're free, but you're not free. That is the epitome of this card. You're being held captive. So if you want out of that situation, you are going to have to do it. You are going to have to come up with a plan and use your intuition to come up with that plan. But it's going to be up to you, because him doing it is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Stop counting on him to do it. He's not going to do it. Cat Mom, bye. I know it's late. If you want, you can catch the rest on replay. Please don't pull. Okay, I missed a nice conversation somewhere. Stola. Hi, Antoinette. Okay, I'm going to go back to the questions. Hold on here. Oh, thank you, Edward. You gifted somebody a membership. Thank you so much. You're so kind. I'm telling you, we need to do a thing together. Okay. Magled Unicorn. We've done several here. I think you've been covered tonight. Carol Baker, Oracle card. Oh, that's a cute picture too. That looks like fun on the water. You're on a boat. Are you on a boat? Looks like you're on a boat. Very nice. Oracle card. Okay. Carol, since you're on the water in that picture, I'll draw from my Oceans of Wisdom. Carol Baker. This is a beautiful deck. Look at this deck. It's absolutely stunning. The artwork on this is gorgeous. Okay. Carol Baker. I think this is the longest live I've ever done, but if you guys are willing to hang in there and want readings, I'm happy to do them. And you can always check back in and watch the replay wherever you left off. That's always a thing. Okay, gonna shuffle. Let's see. Carol Baker. What's an oracle card? Okay. These are tough to shuffle. Is that it? No? Okay. Mm-mm. Okay, Carol Baker, you get Coral Castle. And this says, live with intention and purpose, aligning your actions with your deepest values and desires. Coral Castle. Isn't that pretty? Here you go. Live with intention and purpose. Okay. Shooting Star wants a 3 card. Okie dokie. Three card. Let's shuffle these really good here. Kind of clearing them out here. Three card poem. Okay. Ooh, what is going on in your life? Holy mackerel. Oh my goodness. Wow. Somebody's lying down on the job. It's a 4 of Swords. So it generally means you're very comfortable, not worried about anything. You're kind of, you're taking a rest to recoup or recover from some, from some trauma or drama. You're taking a moment, or you're lying down on the job. But I feel like, given everything I'm seeing here, maybe other people are lying down on the job and maybe not helping you like they should be, because the 10 of Wands is the next card. And that's where, like, you're carrying all the burdens on your back. Like, who's sleeping when you're doing all the work? That's what I want to know. Yeah. But it's creating this nightmare situation for you. So, oh my God, cute puppy in your picture. Oh. I feel like you need to take care of yourself. Like you could use a rest. Whoever else is resting instead of helping you, I think you need to rest. Because you've got, like, all the burdens on your back, and it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of anxiety. Holidays are coming up. Bah, the world we live in. Bah. Don't forget to take care of you. Take time out for you. Take some self-healing time, even if it's have some tea in the morning with some deep breaths, or, watch the world outside through the window, or listen to some soothing music, or read a book or something. But take some time for you. Don't forget about self-care. I feel like if you, and I'm hearing this too, if you don't take the time to take care of you now, then you're going to be forced to soon. What I mean by that is, for me personally, I tend to do way too much, and basically do what I say, not what I do, because I never take enough time for me, just me. Like that's one of my challenges I'm working on as well. I totally get it. But I find when I totally overdo it for too long, then the universe has a way of going, well, we're going to force you to stay put and I'll get sick. Like something will happen to where I have to be down. I have to take care of myself because I haven't been doing it. And all of a sudden it's like, whoop, that's enough. We don't want that to happen to you because this is not a great card for that. This is a nightmare situation, which is not you don't want to cause that. So take care of you before the universe forces you to take care of you. And enlist the help of some other people if you can. Some other people to help you if you can. Instead of doing everything on your own by yourself. And I get it too. I'm not the best at delegating. I'm like, I'll just do it myself. Well, now I do everything myself because I can just do it all myself. So I totally get it. But take care of you is, I think, the bottom line on there. So don't forget to treat yourself at least as well as you would treat anybody else. So if you were anybody else in the situation, what would you have them do? That's what you should do for you. That's what I have to remind myself regularly. Okay. Aunt B, I don't know what being bitten by a snake means. I do have my, it's not a dream analysis book, but it is an animal spirit guide book. What does it mean when snakes show up? Snake. If snake shows up, it means you're about to go through some significant personal changes. So intense and dramatic that an old self will metaphorically die as a new self emerges, like shedding the skin, for example. You're going to feel a surge of energy that will sharpen your senses, alert your mental faculties, and open up new channels of awareness. You're about to resolve a long-standing issue, one that has required a great deal of your attention, by seeking these things in a new light. It would be a good time for you to start doing either tantric or kundalini yoga. You'll experience a dramatic and unexpected physical or emotional healing very soon, coming from an unexpected source. If it's a boa constrictor, extricate yourself from the situation that's suffocating your growth. Okay, there you go. That's from my Animal Spirit Guides book. Okay. And you'll have to look up on like the meanings for dreamings when you're bitten by a snake, but I'm betting it's similar. It's a similar message. You're welcome, Edward. Let's see. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Scrolling back down. Viviani is starting her own solo live stream. Tuesday's time varies slightly around lunch and Akashic and or pet readings. Yay! And Viviani and I on Tuesday. Let me just confirm the time. Make sure I don't say the. Yeah, it'll be 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for Viviani and I on Tuesday. Okay. Aunt B, tune in on Tuesday, and Viviani will tell you all the ways you can get a hold of her. Or at Viviani Heller. That works too. Thank you, Edward. User UD2VR. You want a reading? We could do a 3-card pull. Sure. We can do that. Okay. User reading. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It's getting very, very late for some of you. God bless you if you're still here. You also are fire stokers and night owls. If you're still here. Okay. User. Get a reading. Hold on. Okay. I'm feeling, I don't know why I'm having to clear my cards so much tonight. Maybe there's just a lot of energy flowing. Okay. Okay. There we go. User. User UD2VR7WQ3E0 or O. Just going to call you a user. I feel like you're a little bit blocked in your throat chakra, so communication could be a challenge for some reason right now. And this just popped out the Devil card. So there's something you're wanting to say or need to say to someone or something, or about either to a person or about a situation that is not a good situation or a good person, or at least from your perspective, and you're feeling constricted on what you want to say to them. So that's not your card reading. That's just what came up. So finding your voice seems to be a challenge right now. So work on that, on trying to clear that out and finding a way to have a voice where you need to or want to. Okay. And it could be a situation or a person or job. But there's something where you need to find your voice. Okay. Be careful. And I'm getting turquoise for you, which is the same thing. This is turquoise. If you don't know what turquoise is, good for throat chakra. Same thing. So yeah, you need to, there's something where you need to find your voice. Find a way to make that happen or work on that. Okay. So Page of Cups came up. So there's the Page is new energy generally, and Cups are emotion. So there's some new emotions that you might be experiencing right now, or something that you're not quite sure how to deal with it, which perhaps this is related to the throat chakra. I'm not sure. It would make sense if it was. And also the Five of Swords came up. So this is surviving and thriving, moving forth. It's perseverance after the battle. That's what this is. So like you've been through a lot, been going through something, and you're trying to pick up your swords and keep walking. So that's what's going on. But I feel like this is a new emotion for you, whatever is going on. It's not pleasant, or it hasn't been pleasant, but you're trying to just pick up your swords and carry on. The Three of Pentacles, though, this indicates that you can do it. You know what you're doing. You're learning how to do some things. You're capable of doing these things, and you're working at it, and you're moving forward. Like literally, all of this is like, you can do it. Keep moving forward, whatever it is you're going through. Cancer diagnosis. Okay, so that's why the new emotions. Yes, and that's also why the battle. Pick it up like, all right, this is what we're dealing with, and picking up your swords, we're going to carry on, kind of like the British, keep on, carry on, or keep calm, carry on kind of deal. That's what he's doing. It's like complete struggle and battle, but you're going to keep moving forward. And that's what this is. This is like the Three of Pentacles and Pentacles are earth energy. So it could be medical issues, legal issues, resources, politics, anything. But if this is medical issues for you, this is kind of the apprentice in this. So you're learning how to deal with this. You're learning how to move forward with this, but you can, and you're capable of it, and you can do it. That's also what this is. You've already been successful in moving forward and taking what you've got and just, doing what you need to do, and just you've got that inside of you. And this is saying that that's what you just need to do. Both of these are like, all right, this is what I've got. I'm going to pick up and I'm going to keep going forward. And that's what's showing up. So you don't feel like you're doing well. Do you feel comfortable with your medical team that you have? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like they're capable and they're good for you and they're guiding you well? Do you feel comfortable with them? That would be what. It's been 3 years. Okay. Are you comfortable with your medical team though? Do you feel like they know what they're doing? Are there some? You're probably not at the stage where you would do that. Like, if they ever offer you any experimental stuff, do it. That's you have 5 months delay in your diagnosis. Okay, that may be why they're asking me that. Is there? It's so frustrating. This is why I hate going to doctors. See if you can also, if you're able to, I know with resources, I get it, if you're able to, see if you can also connect with a naturopath. I don't think solely, but in addition to, see if you can connect with a naturopath. If there's any way to find other doctors or other medical resources, I don't know if your insurance allows it or whatever, see if you can do that. Like, look for other resources, look for other doctors, other treatment programs, something else. See if there's something else out there for you. My hands are tingling as I'm talking to you about this, which tells me that's a direction that they probably want you to go. So be mindful if there are any other resources, any other doctors, any other avenues that you can try. Look into it at least. Start the process and connect with a naturopath because that will, I think, complement your treatment as well. At least help you maybe feel better. Let me just see something. Should they try to find a new doctor? My guides are saying that you should look for a new doctor. If you can, if you have the resources to, it would behoove you to find a new doctor, a new treatment plan. So do what you can to look into that. See if there are other resources for you. I know insurance companies can be a nightmare and financially and all of that. But if you are able to, see what you can do about finding new medical resources would be my advice if you're able to. Okay. Good luck to you. Love and light to you, my dear. The Men Who Stare at Goats is an interesting film. Okay. I think I missed. Let's see. Going back on comments here. Edward, magical gifting fairy. Yay. Mangled Unicorn, did you get the membership thing? Oh, yay. Oh, no. If someone clicks on your screen name, they can accidentally hit the report button. Oh, God, I hope that wasn't me. I don't think I did, but if I did, oh, no. There's a tool, wrench icon, when you tap on their name. Yeah, I'm tapping on names, and I'm not seeing the tool, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Viviani. I'm catching up. I'm catching up on conversation. I got way behind doing readings for people. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to catch up. Bear with me here, guys. Antoinette wants a reading. Okay. Well, see what we got, Antoinette. Longest live in history right now. There's only a few of you left. Oh my goodness. This is crazy, but kind of fun. Kind of digging it. Wouldn't that be cool to do like a marathon? Do like a 24-hour marathon thing? I don't know that I could do it for 24 hours, but that would be kind of fun. I wonder if I should do something like that. Like on New Year's or something. Do an all-night marathon. That would be kind of fun. Okay. Stola. Antoinette. Love that name. What's coming towards Antoinette this week? Oh, 3 cards for Antoinette. What's coming up this week? Guard your heart energy, Antoinette. It feels sensitive to me. It feels like there's a struggle between your mind and your heart, which, I mean, totally get that. But it feels like you struggle between your mind and your heart. Oh, interesting. Well, 6 of Swords came up, which generally means you're moving to calmer waters. You're moving from darkness to light. So this is always a good thing, which is nice. Swords are air, things we can't grasp onto. So intelligence and words and thoughts and intentions and all those things you can't grab a hold of. Those are swords. Those are air energy, but she's floating along in the water, and water is emotion and intuition. So she is floating from darkness to light, using her intuition and her wisdom to do so. So that is you moving to calmer waters, but it's you doing the work to make it happen. And then I get the 10 of Cups, which the 10 of Cups is a great card. It's basically, it means that you are fulfilled in all earthly and spiritual matters. So like the world is complete. Everything is all is well. Everything is good right here. So that is good. I mean, moving into calmer waters and happy life going on. And the Chariot, so which generally indicates that things are going to be moving pretty fast. So it sounds like it's going to be a busy week, but ultimately a good week. And looks like things will improve as the week goes on, is what it looks. So hopefully that works out well for you. Okay. Let's see. Shooting star. Yeah, 5:30 does come early. That's when I get up at 4:30. And here I am. Oh, Viviani is absolutely fabulous, Aunt B. Yeah, you'll love her. Viviani is one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet on the planet. Okay. And those flares keep growing in strength too. Last week it hit X5, highest level yet. Interesting. Okay. All right, guys. I think I've run through everybody who needed a reading or wanted a reading. I will pull an oracle card for the group and then call it, because we have been on for 2.5 hours. Crazy. And we lost a lot of people. But a lot of you are still here. Internet problems, but you stuck with it. Thanks for joining. Thank you to everybody who's joined. Okay, let's see. I'm feeling like pulling from Akashic Truth tonight for our oracle card. Let's see what Akashic Truth has to say. These are a lot. My tiny hands. The body's not tiny. The hands are tiny. Let's do an oracle draw for the collective. See what we have to say. And just a reminder, tomorrow night is my members only live. So if you are a member of this channel, you get a live tomorrow night, same time, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Probably will not last this long. And then Tuesday, Viviani and I are going to be doing a live together on my channel. So yay. All right. Collective. My brain squirrels so much. Collective oracle draw for the group. Message for everybody. Ooh, this is a good one. Expand. Okay. Expand. Expand says you are being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities. And staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. That is the message for the entire collective. So there you go. Expand. Expand yourself towards a bigger world. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for it. Go for all the possibilities. So that is our collective message of the night. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate everybody joining. Please like, share, subscribe, make comments after this post as a video. That helps as well. And we will see the members live tomorrow night. All right. Peace out.